Well, I think the good point that we are on right now, can the prestige of an individual override the prestige of an institution that will wittingly or unwittingly be tarnished? TSR Subramaniam wanted to come in. Go ahead, TSR Subramaniam, then I come back to you, General Katoch. Yes.
Arnab, I have only three short points here. Firstly, I fully agree with what Ariman Sundaram has said, that there are certain institutions in India, the judiciary, the army, there are 3 or 4 such top-class institutions in India where the head has an enormous responsibility. Today, it's a disciplined force. Everybody listens to instructions and orders. Orders have to come from somebody. It's the constitution which is supreme. When the government makes a position, yes, the legal right is there, but you exercise the legal right, in my view, you now diminish the position, you open the way for a large number of other people to come in the future. This is one point. My second point is, Ariman Sundaram, with whom I entirely agree, made the other point with which I don't agree. It is not a matter of negotiation. It is not a matter of cozy understanding between General Kapoor and General Singh one day. 2 years later, another cozy understanding.
What makes you feel there was a cozy understanding? What makes you feel there was a cozy understanding?
It can't be this or that. It has to be one day.
No, 1 second. What makes you feel there was a cozy understanding? In fact, from what I see of the correspondence, there was anything but a cozy understanding. There was an all-out quarrel between the two of them. There was no cozy understanding.
I am using the word cozy. I am using the word cozy very specifically. I am saying that apparently there are documents and records in which the general agrees to that. We don't know the circumstances.
Sir, but I'm
very worried to give an army to a person who changes his mind every 2 years.
Sir, would if there was a cozy understanding, would one general write to the other, in this case General VK Singh to General Kapoor, where he writes, I would want to know what are the constraints mentioned by the MS branch which compelled them to maintain 1950 despite the SSC certificate and despite me mentioning 1951 in all my confidential reports. How is it, he goes on to write, which you describe as a cozy understanding, that confidential reports which are assiduously checked never rang any bell on this issue in the MS branch till I was to move on to promotion as Lieutenant General? Is it not an oddity, sir? This is not a person who has entered into a cozy understanding with his then chief. This is a person who has a big problem with his then chief on the issue.
Please, you have the documents with you, you're reading them. I am referring to the agreement, the so-called agreement by the general on the dates 2 years back. In any case, I've come to a basic point. We should not discuss it. This is now in a court of law. The court of law should settle it. We should not keep on repeating the same points. We are not a kangaroo court here to settle who is right, who is wrong. There's a court to say, this is the date and this is final.
Sir, discussing cricket will not make this issue go away. I want to go to General Katoch, who wanted to respond here. General Katoch, yes.
Yeah, firstly, let me correct my colleagues on the same panel that the issue has not been internationalized by General VK Singh. The issue has been internationalized by the government. Now, what is the basic law as far as age of birth is concerned in India? And there have been n number of cases where the Supreme Court has given the ruling that it is the matriculation certificate or the higher secondary certificate. So, which of these other documents are we talking about? Why has the government ignored this basic law of the land? And I think it is redundant to talk about, the fight between General Deepak Kapoor and General VK Singh, etc., etc.
No, but tell me, General Katoch.
In fact, the mischief has been done much earlier.
General Katoch.
The mischief has been done when Brigadier General Gangadharan was the military secretary.
Sir, I have a question for you. Let's forget the internal fights.
Hold it.
Sir, let's forget the internal fights.
You please let me finish. Now, that has been endorsed, maybe inadvertently, first time by the Ministry of Defence. And now, there is lack of courage in accepting that, yes, we did a mistake. Because the elections are coming.
Sir,
that is the whole issue.
Sir, on a matter of principle, I'm now, let's look at the other side. On a matter of principle, it can be equally argued that the present chief could have said on the eve of his becoming chief that, look here, I cannot become the chief of the Indian Army till this issue is resolved. Resolve the issue and then become chief, because then to continue an issue of dispute when you are serving as the chief is to in any way compromise the institution which you are serving. That's question one, General Katoch. And the question two which I have is, allow me, sir, to complete.
I don't think anybody is putting themselves in his shoes who has not been asking for this correction. of an unauthorized branch in the army headquarters in the last 1 year or 2 years.
Sir.
He's been asking him for years.
Sir, let's look at the other
And
side.
deliberately everything is being soft-pedaled.
Sir, let's look at the other side. Sir,
Now,
whichever point,
now,
whichever way I
now,
ask,
hold it.
because
The
I find
law,
on this,
the
1
law,
minute, sir.
The law permits him.
Sir.
The law permits any individual, whether he is the Chief of Army Staff or the Defence Secretary or the Defence Minister himself, to approach the court if he thinks he's been wronged. Now, please don't say that this is insubordination and he's bringing disrepute to the office of
sir,
the Chief
I
of
have
Army
not
Staff.
used the word
On the other
insubordination.
hand- On the other hand,
Yeah.
the military
Sir,
as such is
May
now
I
under
also
attack
interject?
Sir,
by all these other institutions.
1 minute, sir.
This,
That is the state of affairs.
1
and
minute.
the audience must know this.
Colonel Koshal, before you interject, the question is simply this, because the army chief says, I'm not interested in any more days in office, I want to make my point. My question is that if he wants to make his point, if he resigns and makes his point, just one thing, if he were to today resign his service and go to court, what would change? What would change? He could
So why
still
would he
win the
resign?
it's
case.
not there.
Why
Who
should he
had-
resign? No, you
No,
please give
see,
me one.
who-
reason
Colonel
why he
Koshal,
should
please.
resign.
Colonel
Why
Koshal,
these
please.
Where is
fellows
the-
who are saying he should
Where is the
resign?
question of resignation?
Why should he resign? He's done no
Why-
wrong.
why
He's
should he
going by the
resign?
law. He's gone step by step. Why should he resign?
He-
I mean, this is the wrong question.
Absolutely
I
right.
don't accept that question.
Okay, now
I don't accept that
Why
question.
should he resign? And the basic
Why should
issue
he
is,
resign?
who is throwing mud
He's
on
done
the
no
petty
wrong.
office of the
He-
Chief of
he
the
is-
Army Staff?
He is the person who's being
Who-
wrong.
Sir,
And there's no reason that he should resign.
okay, now, gentlemen.
Why should he
Leela-
resign?
Leela Ponappa has been wanting to come in.
Absolutely no reason.
One second,
And
I
in
only
any
asked a
case,
question.
Why the government is sticking on this untenable point for
Sir,
what?
sir, I am
Why
only
the
asking
government
the
is
questions.
sticking to this?
Sir, I am only asking the questions. I am only asking the questions. My question is, and TSR Subramaniam is smiling because he knows that I am the soft target on the show tonight. 1 second. Leela Ponappa wanted to come in. Leela Ponappa.
No,
And I'll come to you, sir. You made me a soft target twice tonight. Leela Ponappa, please. Leela Ponappa.
I have 4 brief points. Every organization has inner tensions, and I don't think the army is any different. We shouldn't get too worked up, read too much into differences that might have existed in the past between General V.K. Singh and General Deepak Kapoor. That's an entirely different issue. Secondly, I do believe
That
we
point
need
is
to
taken.
look at
That point
the
is taken.
specific administrative aspects on this particular case. In the case of, let's say, civil services, if there are issues like this, then in the event that the decision that the government has taken gets countermanded by the courts, seniority lists get redone. And there are many cases where people are stuck precisely because of this. Third, at this level in the army or lieutenant general upwards, the date of birth becomes crucial in terms of how an officer moves up or people before him move up. Now, a question that could arise is, at the time that General Singh was considered for Lieutenant General Army Commander-in-Chief, were there others who would have had an earlier date of birth if his date of birth had been treated as 1951? And what would that then do to the seniority lists of the army from that time onwards? It would open a whole can of worms. The final thing really relates to the level of coordination that exists within army headquarters itself, and very clearly that is something that needs to be addressed. Last point is that the primary document of date of birth is not the matriculation certificate, but the birth certificate. A matriculation certificate is a secondary source of information.
Ms. Ponappa, simple question is, if a bureaucrat has the right to take the government to court, if he feels he or she has been wrongly superseded, then why does a general not have the same right? Simple question.
Oh, no, I don't. I think the general is perfectly within his right to go to court. I don't think we should get too excited by it. This is not insubordination, and by no yardstick should he be asked to resign. I think it's perfectly okay. Let the law take its course.
Let the law
But
take its course.
the matter can and should have been handled administratively.
Yeah.
It was possible.
It was possible. And I also take your point that there is absolutely, legally speaking, there is absolutely nothing to prove.
Only one point.
No, one point I want to make here, that legally speaking, saying there is absolutely nothing to prove that Deepak Kapoor had some, falling out with General VK Singh because of some other issue, and that had had an impact on the decisions that were taken by the military secretary's branch at that time. Just because VK Singh does not agree with it, he cannot turn around and say there was some kind of motive. That will never stand in a court. That point is extremely well taken. TSR Subramaniam, we wanted to come in, running short of time, but please come in, sir. Yes, sir.
No, only one short point. Only one short point.
Go on.
Only one short point. I know of internecine warfare in the political arena, in the IAS, in the foreign service, everywhere. What this debate is doing is raising a larger worry in me that this kind of an institution which we hold in the highest possible regard in the country, our judiciary and our armed forces, which we are keeping in a huge pedestal, sadly are they also having the same internecine relationship at the topmost levels? That's a great worry I have.
Sir,
I'm not worried about 1 year more or less for A or B. This is a larger point involved.
Individual rivalries within the forces are now the India's worst kept secret. Let's not make any bones about that. That's a very well-known story. But that individual rivalries within the army cannot be said to have a link on the decisions that have been taken by VK Singh's predecessors. Aryaman Sundaram, tonight, if there are government emissaries, because we are told if there are government emissaries who are trying to reach out to General VK Singh and say, come on, let's sit down, let's solve this, let's not drag this, what, in your view, should they do? What is the first compromise solution they can take to him and say, let's settle this out of court?
Arnab, I'm sorry. This presupposes that there is a compromise situation. My point is a bit different. I am saying that an issue like this, for what I call a position and not a job, for what is a sacrosanct office, should not be fought over as though we are fighting for a job. Yeah. You're talking about a situation of the government approaching the general to say, please withdraw your case. I'm not looking at that at all. It just worries me that an office like this, an institution like this, today it is the head of such an institution, a sacrosanct position of the Chief of Army Staff versus the Union of India. The Union of India, under which the very army is an integral part. You have the Chief of the Union of India fighting against the Union of India, the Chief of the Army. And that I'm saying, what is the compromise you're talking about? Sir, there cannot be a compromise, according to me. Sir, the general, if he is willing to turn around and say, I am not going to bring this institution into having an open fight and having this openly debated, rather I am just going to step away. I am sure that I will be vindicated because this is my correct age. That is a different issue. But I do not see this as a backroom negotiation issue.
Sir, I'm only saying this because I am aware there have been backroom negotiations, and I'm just not naming the individuals involved, but I'm saying it, that we know that there are backroom negotiations going on. No, there have been innumerable backroom negotiations. Sir, if you just read out some of what is published and what is not published.
My point, Arnab, is, like I started by saying, it's a larger issue. I am not on the correct or wrong
I take your point.
One way or the other. For all it matters, I am inclined to say that the general's correct age is what he says it is, because he's a man of tremendous integrity. But it's a different point to say, once you have followed the rules and then the government has decided, I'm sorry, we're going to keep your age as it was declared there. After that, the matter should be left there. That is all I'm saying.
I take your point very well. I'm short of time tonight, but I can say this, that this issue, I do genuinely believe, ladies and gentlemen, from the feedback we are getting from our viewers, many people want to see this settled. Many people are completely aware that this issue carrying on is only going to erode our democracy. The question is not of finger pointing. The question is of solving this fast. Maybe it will. And we are also told that there are those serious attempts going on. We're following the story. And when we get an opportunity, Mr. Subramaniam, we also discuss cricket. But tonight, this continues to be the big story. TSR Subramaniam, General Katoch, and Colonel Koshal, Leela Ponappa, and Aryaman Sundaram. It's a pleasure to talk to you on the News Hour tonight. Thank you.